Zen ma'am will be speaking, Jyoti ma'am, Sudha ma'am, Kalyani ma'am, Shamla ma'am, and Sunanda ma'am, and myself. Is it okay? I'll be speaking in the end, Sunanda ma'am. Is it okay?
Okay.
You missed somebody's name already, no? Somebody's missing.
Yes. My name is
Yeah. That's
Okay,
what I was
okay. I
thinking.
think, okay. No, Jyoti ma'am,
Yeah.
I'll repeat it. Jyoti ma'am, Kalyani ma'am, Sri Priya ma'am, Shamla ma'am, Sunanda ma'am, and myself. Okay.
So now I go after Sri Priya ma'am.
Yeah, just a minute, friends. Yeah, very good. Good afternoon. Today we are celebrating Women's Day on behalf of all our womanhood, and we can empower ourselves. Now, Anita ma'am will give a welcome and intro address to each and everyone. Yeah, Anita ma'am, please go ahead.
Yeah, thank you so much for giving me an opportunity to speak on a very beautiful occasion. Good afternoon, everyone. Wishing each one of you a very happy International Women's Day. We would like to wholeheartedly welcome each one of you for the panel discussion on women's empowerment on this special occasion of International Women's Day. And this is on behalf of the Deccan Positive Mental Health Group, which has Manasa Shubhakara Mindcare Hyderabad in association with the other organizations, Yellow Pond Counseling Center Hyderabad, India, Forest Creative Arts Studio, Punjab, Shri Deepti Counseling Center Hyderabad, Clover Learning Center Hyderabad, Shrisha Counseling Center Kozhikode, Mindstyle Hub, Kolkata. And I would like to invite and call upon our keynote speaker for the day, Zen ma'am. Zenobia Rastafam is a pioneer for school counseling as an outbound site Greenfield Center for Outdoor and Development Programs in Hyderabad. Her counseling expertise spans across a wide age group and a cross-section of clients and institutions, schools, colleges, MNCs, corporates, women's organizations, and NGOs. Counseling and training are her areas of interest. And with that short introduction, I would call upon the first speaker for the day to speak on the topic, and it would be Mrs. P. Jyoti Raja. A very warm welcome to you, ma'am. She's a psychologist and the director of Shri Deepti Counseling Center, Hyderabad. She has 25 years experience in the field of teaching, training, and counseling. Specialist trainer in life skills, soft skills, communication skills, motivation, goal setting, positive thinking, and many more. And the floor is yours, ma'am. A very, very warm welcome to you, ma'am. Jyoti Raja, ma'am, over to you.
Unmute.
Ma'am, you have to unmute.
Yeah, first of all, happy Women's Day and happy Shivaratri with a very auspicious day today. So I thought today's topic, when we are talking about, I wanted to listen to Jan ma'am first. Then based on that, we'll continue the discussion part. But my topic is it? Remember?
Yeah, ma'am. Zen ma'am, you can start, ma'am. Please go ahead.
Right. A very good afternoon to you all and a very happy Women's Day. It is a celestial coincidence today that we are celebrating Shivratri and Women's Day, both representing harmony between male and females and the aspect of harmony between the aspect of universal peace and understanding. Women have made tremendous strides in the fields of work, in the field of knowledge. In every walk of life you see today, there is a woman there. Not only one woman, but many women. And what is happening is, though we have made progress, on a day like this, we do need to think about what is the future that we need to go further with. What is the role that we need to take on for women's empowerment? Now, when we talk of empowerment, what do we mean by empowerment? Empowerment is a feeling of self-worth, a self-worth for a woman where she feels she is a contributing member of the society, that she is important. Also the fact that she is capable Empowerment also means an ability to take decisions for yourself, for your own life. It also means being heard in society and bringing about changes. You are to be empowered enough to have opportunities for your growth, and finally, have equal resources, equality in every walk of life. While we are talking of empowerment, what comes to my mind is that we women have, I would like to raise for future discussions through the afternoon. Who would you call an empowered woman? A lady who is educated and working, or a lady who is your maid, who takes decisions about life, who is independent, who is eking existence day and night, working hard, and she's doing things. So there are two different aspects of women that are coming forward. So I would like the whole panel to think about what is it, who is an empowered woman? What do you consider as empowerment? My opinion over here on this issue is that while women have been educated, there are some of us who have focused so much on gaining education and knowledge that we have not gone into doing things. And a lady who is educated but unable to take care of her own self, or who cracks up at the time of problems in life, is she empowered? Is that education? So this is what I would like you all to think about. And also the fact that empowerment is closely linked to mental health. And what is mental health? Mental health is a feeling of safety, is a feeling of being heard, is a feeling of being able to express and be respected for what you are, and then feeling loved. Both these go hand in hand. If we have to respect our women, if we have to make our women safe, where does she go about making herself, making free and safe, making independent choices, and then moving on? On a day like this, it is not just enough to think about women and talk about women's issues only on this day. It is an ongoing affair. It is an ongoing task which women need to work throughout the year, throughout our lives, and work towards betterment and empowerment. I think I leave the panel open now for discussion.
Yeah, thank you so much for that inspiring speech on a beautiful occasion of International Women's Day today. And can I invite the next speaker for the day, Jyoti Raja ma'am? Mrs. Jyoti Raja ma'am is a psychologist and the director of Sri Deepti Counseling Center, Hyderabad. She has 25 years experience in the field of teaching, training and counseling, a specialist trainer in life skills, soft skills, communication skills, motivation, goal setting, positive thinking, and many more. And with that short introduction, a very, very warm welcome to you, ma'am. Over to you. The floor is yours.
Yeah, thank you, Anita, for giving me this short and sweet introduction. As is, generally, I think I add points to what Janman said actually. When we are talking about women empowerment, there are five pillars of women empowerment. We call it as five pillars of women empowerment. The first one is education, the second one is health, third one is security, the fourth one is financial independence, finances, and the fifth one is emotions. Okay? These are the five pillars of women empowerment. Okay? Today, education, yes, she mentioned we are educated. I think now, though we have ratio is increasing, most of the people are educated, even women are educated. Working, we were not talking about security and finances, and we will deal with it later stage. But when I come to when we are talking about the health, today my stand on this actually, when you're talking about health, both physical mental, and emotional. All the three things which are very necessary. Out of it, when we're talking about mental health and physical health, self-care is one of the most neglected area of the women. Okay? Women, they are bothered about as a mother, as a daughter, as a daughter-in-law, whatever the role they play. Okay, they look after everybody. Everybody it needs, and they'll be standing. They'll be looking. They'll be seeing that everybody will be, doing a job and eating, going out, so everything. Okay, women is the last person to any family to just second. She was the last person to eat something, and that too such a hurry. There is the working woman or a non-working homemaker, whatever it may be, but they just focus whether everybody ate or not. That is their main motto. And whatever is leftover, I think this word I always use it actually. Whatever is leftover, that I think okay, that I can manage with. Okay, so and it's not only this is about the food thing and physical health. What we are talking about it. Okay, so they're not bothered about their own self. They're not bothered about their body, and then suddenly they realize that something is happening and she's not in a good shape. One fine day, she looks herself in the mirror and say that what is this happening to me? Because then somebody says you're not taking care of it. No, 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 I'm taking care. We don't even achieve acknowledge it. This comes. I think if you see most of the before marriage and after marriage, if you see the compare the picture before marriage, who are the lady who was really taking care of herself so much. After marriage, said, "Oh, okay, I'm the least and last priority for myself." Okay, if you have to go somewhere and you dress up, and the way you spend, you very less time you spend on ourselves. This is the first thing which comes to the physical thing, and mental and emotional also. We will listen to everybody. We talk about everybody. We take everybody's concerns, their opinions, we take everything. We don't communicate it to the people correct. Okay, we holding everything, and somebody said something to you. We don't even respond. I think in the early stages, we don't even respond. We just listen and we do it. Whatever others are saying, we just do it. As a daughter, as a daughter-in-law, as a wife, as a mother, take any role and we play this role. Because said, okay, see my opinions, my priorities, whatever I have my ideas, please bother. I think that if you observe in many families, they take everybody's opinion. They don't ask the lady, who is really leading it. What do you want? Where you want it to go? What you want to do it? They just decide and tell you we are going here. You have to prepare this and you have to come this way, this time. This is such happens suddenly on initial stage, even she won't take it, we won't take it in a serious note. But the later stage, these things actually troubles it so much. I think I'm useless. I think at home nobody's bothered about what is I'm saying, and they don't bother to involve me in my decision making process. These things will affect her mental health and emotionally. I think if you see it, women in 40s, after 30s and 40s and 50s, and most of the women started feeling that they don't want unwanted things in the family. So in this process, they don't take care of your mental health and physical health. Suddenly, one fine day, anxiety, panic attacks, depression, so all these things comes back, and their physical health effects and their mental health effects. So self-care is one of the basic things. I think whatever age you are, whether you are 50, 30, 40, whatever it may be, take care of yourself. I'm not talking about beautification, going to the parlors all the time, keeping yourself. No. Keeping your mind, your body and mind active and energetic. Okay? Only energetic when you're talking not a physical energy, it's actually psychological. You have to be fit, psychological, not only physical. This is my stand that self-care is a one of the basic challenge. I can say it's a challenge only for every woman. Okay? By the time we realize, I think half time has passed. So just take care of yourself, physical, mental, and what measures we need to take. I think we'll discuss it in the later stage. I think I've made my point very clear. Okay? Self care is my this year's maybe in my agenda. Maybe I'll talk to each and every woman. Already I was talking to the people. whoever comes to me as a mother, they for counseling, they come. When I address the groups, I always say that please take care of yourself. You are very important. We say that I'm not. No, you are the most important person in the world. If you are not taking care of yourself, nobody else will take care of you. So my topic today is self-care. I think people agree with this point.
Yeah, thank you for that wonderful and a very thoughtful and meaningful message from you. It is very important for us to take care of oneself. It is not an idea of being selfish, but then these are small things that we are doing it for our own self so that we can take care of our families better. Thank you so much for that wonderful message, ma'am. We move on to the next speaker for the day. We have Kirti Sudharamani, ma'am, who's a counseling psychologist, remedial teacher, art therapy practitioner, and a storyteller. And with that short introduction, a very, very warm welcome to you, ma'am. And over to you. The floor is yours, Sudha, ma'am.
Yes, till now, whatever Janubia ma'am and Jyotiraja ma'am told, I'm continuing with the same motive, like a self-care. She told on overall care, taking care of oneself is important, as Janubia ma'am said, and Jyoti ma'am said. My agenda is identity. I'm self-identity. Identify yourself. Don't lose your identity. I'm going to tell in a short story form. So let's get into the story. She is a woman. Before that, she was a small college going girl. She is good at her education, all the wittiness, happiness, everything is there with her. Looking at her beauty and the dowry his dad has given, one man came and married her and brought her to a house and showed that this is your house. Enjoy, he said. That married woman now immediately got ready to keep the house clean by putting all the rangoli all around. She showed proudly to her husband. He said, "Wow, you are good at housekeeping. Your rangolis are beautiful." She said, "Bhash, keep it up," he said. Listening to that, she thought, it is the life. Since then onwards, she continued. Keeping the house clean is her motive and goal for life. Always she looks after the house, dusting, cleaning, washing, all these things. She became so busy in that. Suddenly, one day when she was mopping the house, she thought, what's my name? Suddenly she got a jerk in her spine. Immediately she left all the things, the mopping cloth and other things. What happened to me? What is my name? Why am I not able to get it? And she saw through the window. Mrs. Suhasini, MD, doctor in some so-and-so hospital she is. Like that, I also should have a name, no? What's my name? Oh, I'm keeping this house so clean and spick and span. I forgot what I am. What is my name? What do I do now? She thought to ask somebody. In the meanwhile, the maid came in the house. She asked me, "Hey, do you know my name?" How do you know your name, Amma? I call you the top floor, ma'am. And that auntie is down floor, ma'am. That's all I know. I know. How do you know my name? In the meanwhile, children came from school. She thought to ask them, "Hey kids, do you know my name? You're our Amma. Your name is Amma only. Dad gets all the letters, a name on it, but we never saw you getting any letters with your name. So you're Amma only for us." Oh, seriously, nobody writes letters to me. I never write any letters to anyone. Oh no, I call my parents only all the time, once in a while when I'm free from this housekeeping. she thought. She struggled a lot. How do I know my name? In the meanwhile, the neighboring auntie came to invite for something, some function in her house. Auntie, do you know my name? You are this pink building lady only. We call like that. She is pink building lady. That is top floor lady or something like that. Only we used to call about, and we talk about each other like that. Oh no, she also don't know my name. What do I do now? I need to wait for my husband to come from office. During dinner time, she asked her husband, "What's my name? Please tell me, no?" He said, "What's your name? Why are you bothering about your name all of a sudden? Your name, I call you A, Oi, Amoy. You respond to me. That's all. What's the purpose in knowing the name? Let it be." No. It is my life and death question now. Please let me. Are you Mrs. Murthy? He said. No. Mrs. Murthy. But what is my real name? No. Keep some name to yourself. No problem. Don't bother about other things. Hey, how can I call? If anybody calls you, like instead of Murthy, if they call you Sundar Rao, do you agree? No. I should have some name. Please tell me my name. Arey, search your certificates, no? It might be there in your certificates. Go and search. He said, yes. Why did I forget? She thought, and she ran towards the cupboard and opened the almirah and checked everything. Beautiful sarees are there, blouses are there. So much jewelry is there. Everything is intact, set nicely, but no certificates out there. Oh, I forgot at my mother's place only after marriage. I did not get them. So she thought of going to her mother's house in the morning. She asked her husband, please let me go for 2 days. I'll be back in 2 days. Hey, have you gone mad? For knowing name, you go to house. Who will keep the house clean? I can't send you. Please don't ask me. He said, no. This is, I'm really desperate to know my name. I need to go. Please, only 2 days. Please take care of the house, he said. She said. He agreed somehow. And she went home. Looking at her, opening the door, her mother asked, where are the kids and your husband? You came alone? Is everything okay? Arey, Amma, everything is okay. I just came home. What's the matter with you? Why are you asking about all those things? I'm worried now. I'm in a big fix. I forgot my name. What's my name? You are our elder daughter. We call Peddamai like that only. What is bothering you right now? You got married to a man. We gave dowry 50,000. You have 2 beautiful kids, and he's doing good job. Forget about all those things unnecessary. Don't bother about nonsense. She said, No, Ma, I don't want my history. I want to know my name. Tell me, where are my certificates? Your certificates are on the attic with other files, I think. We need to search. Hey, it's evening now. Take rest, eat dinner, and morning you can search, she said. Oh, morning. She got up and she did not go to the attic, but she thought of running around the environment where she was brought up. She asked trees, all the parks, school, everywhere she roamed around. But all of a sudden she heard, hey, Sarada, what are you doing here? How many years after I am seeing you? Shouted one of her friends, school friends. She thought, after so many days of thirsty, she was getting a drop of water in her mouth. Life came back to her in her. She thought, yes, I'm Sarda. Yeah, you're Sarda only. You are the school first. You got first prize in music also. You used to draw so beautifully those days. We are 10 friends. All of us are in touch with each other. You are the only one who left everything and nowhere now. Where are you? Are you went into an exile or what? She said. Yes, Premila, seriously, I have gone into exile only, I think. All the layers of my my brain are in the cleaning the house, keeping kids, family, that only. But what about everything? Thank you for your help. She ran back home. She brought all the files from the attic and took her certificates, all the gifts, all the prizes she got, and took them and went back home proudly. Her husband opened the house. Ah, oi, you're back. Take your house. I can't give this house like you, he said. I'm not Oi Amoy. I am Sarda. Now onwards, you are calling me Sarda only, okay? She said and started. Usually, she has to clean the house after 2 days if she comes like that. But that day, she sat on the dusty sofa without any feelings and started showing her certificates to her children so proudly. So here, this was the story written by Satyavati in 1990. It got published in Telugu magazine, and still the homemakers, especially, they are losing themselves. They don't know where they are. Sometimes they, as self care is missing, and they forgot their self identity only to recognize their own things. Even though I insist, when you are working or house homemaker, please identify your worth, stand up for yourself, take care of yourself. That was the message I want to give. Thank you.
Thank you for sharing that wonderful story with the beautiful expressions and your fluency of the language and your voice modulation. I think it was excellent. Thank you so much for that, Sudha ma'am. And we move on to the next speaker for the day, Mrs. Kalyani ma'am, who is a counseling psychologist, a special educator, and a life coach. She has her center, and she's a founder of a center called Clover Learning Center in Hyderabad, where she helps CWSN, like children with dyslexia, autism, attention deficit hyperactivity children. And she's also been working as a school counselor at the Ganges Valley School, Bachupalli. Her hobbies are painting, reading, blogging, and listening to music and trying out new recipes. With that short introduction, I would like to hand over the session to you. A very, very warm welcome once again to you, ma'am. Honored to have you here. Floor is yours.
Thank you, Anita ma'am. Good afternoon, viewers, and a very good afternoon to my co-panelists. A very happy Women's Day to one and all. I'm very happy to be with you all sharing the platform over here. And now, yeah, women's empowerment, I think, is a very broad term. And I think something which every woman can relate with another woman. And I think as a woman, we all want to do well, play all our roles very well, whether it is, my help, my maid, or whether it is a CEO of a company. I think one thing common for all women is we want to do our best in whatever we are doing. I think that is what keeps us all connected as women. I think we all celebrate ourselves as women because I think deep down we all know, we all want to play the different roles we do in our lives as a mother, as a wife, as a homemaker, as a sister, daughter-in-law. I think multiple roles which we play in our lives, which I think every woman does, and we want to play all these roles very efficiently, which is what I think makes us, similar. Like we all are one. So I think the women's empowerment is a very broad term, which is applicable to each and every woman. So I think that is what keeps us all connected, and I think that is why we celebrate our, International Women's Day the way we do. But I know we all face challenges, and as women, so one of the challenges which I feel is to balance all these roles, where women are working, we all want to work, we want to be career women, we have our own goals and aspirations and ambitions, and which we don't want to let go of. And maybe sometimes it's essential for some people to do that. So I think, but there are challenges too where we need to balance. We want to balance all these roles, as you know, the different roles we play as a career woman, as a housewife, as a homemaker, which becomes a little challenging and overwhelming at times. So, but I feel like I have figured out a few things which I apply to myself, which I think does help in facing these challenges, and we can still do everything. But yeah, I think somewhere we should not set too high standards. First of all, I feel to be perfect in everything. I think that is a very tall task to achieve. So we can, once in a while, I think the roles keep playing. Prioritizing which role I need to, play first right now, which I have to give priority. So I think we prioritize. I think we can, put one role behind and one role in front sometimes. That's one way of doing it. And I also believe we can delegate a few tasks which we don't have to do ourselves all the time. So it's like I tend to delegate cooking and maybe cleaning and certain things which getting things from outside. So these are things which I think we can delegate. And anybody else wants to add over here? I have some more, but you can join the discussion. Zenobia, ma'am, you would like to add something?
Yes, it's a very fine balance that we have to maintain. The most important being that we ourselves are not willing to let go sometimes. You know, we like to hold on to those responsibilities partly because everything goes smoothly as long as it is under our control. The moment you delegate for a multiple task worker, when you are managing the job and the house, anything going off prevents you from your whole life is shattered upside down. So that is where we as women have to make a conscious effort to learn to delegate and make others responsible for our well-being and not take too much on ourselves. That's one
Correct.
thing that I have noticed over the years. Uh, the other factor that I feel, the work-life balance, which I keep sharing with everyone, is that when you come from work, if you are a working woman, you immediately switch roles and get into the house. You don't have time to unwind from one role to the other, to transition from one role to the other. And it is very important, just a 10-minute break for yourself where you are composing yourself and your thoughts can make life easier for you and the family. So that's one way of striking a balance.
Yes. Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much. Yes, I think we need to take those breaks in between the roles, and then, so that we get a breather and unwind. And during that time, maybe we can listen to music, watch something. That's what I do. I take at least a half an hour break after I, get back from work to go to my next role, where I teach, children with learning difficulties and all that. So that I do. And one more thing which works for me is I go to bed very early and wake up very early. So it gives me a lot of me time in the morning. So, which is very, very important for me, where I'm completely doing what I want to do. So there's a lot of time for self-care, self-compassion, introspection, where I want to go, what I want to do next. A lot of time I get in the morning. So I always believe in waking up early, which gives you a lot of time. And one more thing is I do have a routine. One thing I do is have a routine, which helps me do everything as per, this thing. I move by and large, but I think when things don't go the way we want, all the days are not the same. So when things go a little this way, that way, I think we should not worry too much. It's okay. We have to keep telling us that it's okay to, when things don't go our way. So that's another thing which will help, because otherwise it will affect our mental health. So I think that we need to be conscious of and take care of. Yeah, anybody would like to add?
Yeah, so I think when we talk about work-life balance, it's very important that when we talk about work-life balance, is it only restricted to when I reach home, I cook, and while in the office, I'm doing my office work? Uh, I need to, spare some time for my physical exercise. I think which is most neglected, whether it is a housewife or whether it is a working person. Some amount of time in exercise, because though if you are mentally upset, it gets you are affected physically. At the same time, if you do not have physical energy, you are again mentally also upset and you get tired very fast. So some kind of
Yes.
exercise is must, irrespective of whether we are thin or fat. It's not about being thin or fat, because exercise gives you energy. It ensures that all the cells and all the whatever is the hormones you need at that time to make you happy and to make you at a resting speed. That is what and it also, when we exercise, the blood circulation happens, and that gives you a lot of energy, I think. So that when we talk about work life balance, I think somewhere we need to contribute half an hour, for at least half an hour, I would say, for exercise. It could be in the morning or it could be in the evening.
Yes,
Thank
yes, I totally agree. And that's what I do in the mornings. I come what may, whatever it is, I motivate myself and spend half an hour on exercise. It could be anything depending on my mood. And yeah, very true, ma'am, because it really gives you that energy for the whole day. I think which is something we have to do, whether it's just walk or yoga or whatever, and also a little bit of pranayam and meditation really helps you, throughout the day. In between also we can do. So I think that these things help you stay, mentally and physically fit enough to carry on with our work and balance our roles, I think. The self-compassion, self-care, as Jyoti ma'am has emphasized, I think is very important. And one more thing is, I think you need to also express your feelings. Talk to somebody when you are feeling like, that's one more thing. And be assertive, set boundaries. So that it's like it's okay to say no to for certain things. You don't have to oblige for everything. So I think these are the things which help you take care of yourself, basically.
Maybe we can make a list of what are our needs and whether those needs are met or not. If my needs and wants are not met, then there is no self-care, no compassion, no anything. I think that's the best way to write down, because we may not even be aware that we have needs and our needs are not being met. So somewhere that awareness has to be brought, that we do have certain kind of needs, and whether that is being met or not. It could be anything.
Yeah.
And very important
You
thing,
can prioritize based on that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
yeah,
Shripriya ma'am?
yes.
Over to you,
A
Anika.
very important thing I feel in work-life balance is mellowing down. We are really running in the rat race and closing our eyes, and we want to achieve so many things beyond our limitations. Sometimes we have to mellow and understand the prioritization. That is very important, and we must slow down and listen to our both physical and environmental needs and respond accordingly, not react. Respond according to the needs. Instead of running, just blindfoldedly running is not going to lead us anywhere. That will just completely shatter us. So mellowing down is very important in work.
Taking further Sirisha's your point, uh, I have noticed very often when women are working, for that matter, even at home, sometimes women are their own enemies. You know, one woman tries to bring down the other and sees to it that she's debased, and that puts a pressure on the woman. So as women, we got to enable other women also. We have to enable our maids. We've got to enable our daughters-in-law. We've got to enable our mothers-in-law, and bring them up, educate them, and not feel threatened when they are moving ahead.
Yeah.
We've
Yeah,
got to
that's the
learn to
true sense of women empowerment. I
themselves.
think the true essence of women empowerment is that you take others along with you and empower women around you, because we all face the same situations, right? As women, that's what I said. Whether it's a CEO of a company or whether it is my maid, we all have the same challenges of time constraints, looking after family. I think these are common things we all are doing. So I think who will understand a woman better than a woman, right? So I think the empowerment is not for ourselves, it's for all of us together, is what I feel. Thank you, ma'am.
Ma'am, just wish to say a few things about this. Since you did mention about the kind of race that we are having to move ahead and to learn many things, I think each person should realize that it is not a competition. We are not going to compete with others. So we have our own unique journey. Instead of comparing ourselves with others and feeling a little bad about it, it's better to have our own unique journey and go with our own speed and whatever we are comfortable with. And I think that will definitely help us to have a better mental health. So instead of competing with others, we should take our own time and our own,
Yeah,
it should be our own unique journey.
correct.
So thank you so much. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, that's true. So all of us have our own path, and we follow our own path.
Next speaker.
Yeah.
Can I move on to the next
Over to you.
speaker, ma'am?
Yeah, yes.
It's already
Yeah, thank you so
time.
much. Thank you so much for the wonderful speech, Kalyani ma'am. We move on to the next speaker for the day, Dr. Shri Priya Shaji ma'am. And very, very warm welcome to you once again. She's a doctorate in counseling, psychology, and she's also a nutritionist and an art therapist. She has more than 2 decades of experience working in hospitals, which has sharpened her skills in health psychology. Further, she has grown passionate in nutritional psychology. She's the founder of Shrisha Counseling Center in Kozhikode. So the floor is yours. Over to you, Shri Priya ma'am.
Thank you so much, Anita ma'am. Thank you, and I wish everyone a very happy Women's Day today. And moving to forward, I also came with a story like Sudha ma'am. Sudha ma'am is actually my mentor in art therapy, so I think I might have inspired with her and bringing stories everywhere. Yes, I came with the little Alice today, and we are just going to see how she grew. There is no presentation. Thus, just you have to imagine my Alice. How this, we all know this little Alice, na? Alice in the Wonderland. So the same Alice is going to grow along with us for a few more minutes. Okay, I'm not going to take a long time. Okay, this little Alice was very happy, bubbly, and chubby girl, very inquisitive, very exploring, and highly active, not a hyperactive, highly active girl. She's very much fond of studying, reading books, novels, playing, and she is such a superb girl, like any other child. Either whatever the kind of activities we love in a children, she can do all those things. This is all as a child. Growing forward, she has become a teenager. This is when the problem starts. She was started getting, because she is a little chubby kid, na? So she was started getting comparisons. People around her started saying, "Hey Alice, look at Barbie, how beautiful she is, so slim, size zero. Look at Cinderella, she is able to capture the princess with her standards, beauty standards. That is very important. She could dance very well. So what can Alice do?" Alice has no other option, that society has forced on her, that control your tongue, limit your food. And unfortunately, that was not a mindful limitation. It is, we are definitely supposed to limit our tongue, but unfortunately, it happened that she started mindless limitations. She started skipping her breakfast in order to keep herself slim and fit. So she will go to college and get a puff by 10 o'clock. She will skip her breakfast, tell, "Amma, sorry, I cannot eat anything today. I have to move." Just she will go to college canteen, pick some one samosa or two samosa. Then she will never feel, because that samosa is a beautiful thing which will make you hunger free for hours and hours. So she will just happily go with one or two samosa. And the day she will study so well, she want to achieve several things. She is such an ambitious girl, you know. So she used to continuously going on studying or library or her extracurricular activities. Nothing has stopped her. She is very highly active, and by evening, while she is getting back home, she will be feeling so hungry Then at that time, she will enter into the bakery wala, which is very just close by her college or home, and just gulp some cakes or puffs, because which when she touch, there is no oil in it, no. So she's very happy to gulp such things. Or then we coming home, she'll say, "Ma, I had taken a little vada. Better give me tonight only salad. Salad is very healthy, you know." So this is what she says. Amma keeps reminding her, just salad will not be sufficient. We are not accustomed to do that, but she will never accept. She'll say, just salad will do for me. But what happens is, towards her competitive spirit, she has to read a lot. She has a lot of record works, homeworks, and so many things. What she does is she just go reading 12 o'clock. And sometimes there will be messages from her friends saying that, did you finish this? Then once she stop, once she enter into the WhatsApp or any other social media, then the chats go on there and they forget to even sleep at times. So the achievements manifolds and the chats manifolds, but the sleeps, totally the time of sleep were reduced. They sleep by around the early morning, 3 o'clock, 2 o'clock, and they wake up late. They push up again next day. So this was their a habit, and she has professionally succeeded very well. And wonderfully, she got into the marriage life, and the great career she has achieved. And what happened next is another superb thing is she got conceived, she got a child too, but her pregnancy was a hyper eventful occasion. It had all the ups and downs. She was suffering with the anemia to anything you can name, even the cervix problems and anything you can name. She had faced in this one pregnancy, and she said, help me out of this. I'm no more going to do this. And then again, the life starts back after 2 years. She has to again, at least you are an excellent academician. Why you didn't join back for work? You are a professional. How can you miss working? This pushed her back to the work. Again, she started running. One side, while she is achieving something, other side, people started saying, hey, look at your kid. This kid is malnourished and this kid is not studying properly, you know. Just achieving is not enough. The people started guilt-tripping her. You are no more going to be wonderful mother. Please remember, you have to educate your child. Your child should also achieve like you. So she started putting pressure on herself. She totally, the slim and fit Alice is no more slim and fit because the pregnancy has taken a wonderful toll on her health. Now she is a obese Alice. So this obese women just all the time keep on, but she never take leave from work because she is a wonderful CEO today. She has to achieve, she has to do several things. She is a professional. She cannot miss any chances. So she keeps working day to night and she keeps pushing her child. And totally, whenever there is something given as a food, her first question is food everything? Yes, chalo. This is what she always responds. But she totally forgot that healthy food is very important. And during the menopause, at the age of 45, at the early menopausal compliances with the overbleeding, she was hospitalized. And that's where our red hat rabbit, Dr. Rabbit, came in and asked, what were you doing for your health for years and years? So she said, see, this is today's problem. She said, no, ma'am, this is not today's problem. This is what you are rupturing for years, over years. This started in the day one when you started skipping your breakfast, when you started eating mindlessly, when you started devaluing the food. Food is the first basic need. You started devaluing it. You started gulping the junks and you started doing all the mistakes. You skipped exercises. You skip the very important blessing, the sleep. Today you are begging to sleep for at least 1 hour together. But remember the days you just been ungrateful for what God has given you, the blessing of health. You yourself has completely tarnished everything. The habits you are doing for all these years has put you on the not just healthy struggle. Your mental health is lost because you lost your resilience in the battle, you lost your coping skills in the battle, you lost your decision making in the battle, you become emotional, you are no more a sweet little Alice, you are such a monstrous mother, you yell at your child, you fight at your employees, and you are totally vulnerable to any situation. We are so scared to touch you. You are such a devilish figure for us today. We cannot touch you. You will yell or shout at us. You are emotionally a dangerous high voltage transformer to touch. We are very much scared about you. This is what you have done over years to your mental and emotional health. You ruptured not only your physical body, also your mental health, also your emotional health. And this is not only ruptured your personal emotional health, but this has taken a very big toll on your family. The first people who got affected is your children, your husband, then your employees, then everybody is getting fired with this emotional toll, and they are so shocked how to decide, how to react. Your child doesn't know to react today. His first response to any situation, any crisis is getting anger, just because he was modeling you. This is what is happening over the years. And today he is so suppressed and depressed when he gets at least 5 marks less. He doesn't know examination is just an examination to put him up, but he's so scared of examination. He is anxious to do anything better performance. So this is all because you mismanaged something which is inside your body is called gut. So please start learning what you are doing. Be mindful in not only in your activities but in the nutrition, because nutrition is a very important to empowerment. Sorry, I will take few more seconds. So nutrition is a very important thing for the empowerment. If you want a real empowerment, you should be well fed. All the carbohydrate, protein, fat has to be balanced in your body. And unless the vitamins and minerals are taking a right proportion, you cannot think properly. Your cognition may struck, or sometimes your cognition may rupture. So always be cautious and always be alarmful on mindful eating and mindful exercises. Take little time, do some yoga practices, and indulge in some good hobbies. Read stories, do drawings and sketches, play outdoor games and anything. Otherwise, your mental or physical health is not going to help you. This is what the Dr. Red Hat Rabbit said. No, she is an old Alice, and the old Alice has learned her lesson with us. Now she will empower herself with good nutrition and right nutrition.
Yeah, thank you very much for that wonderful, very meaningful and thoughtful story. We really enjoyed the story. And with your permission, can we move on to the next speaker for the day? We have Mrs. Shamra Jairam Sharma ma'am, who's the founder of Progressive Minds Training Academy, Healer Life and Wellness Coach. She comes with a 41 years industry experience, and she's been in the training domain for the past 19 years. A very, very warm welcome to you. We're happy to have you here, ma'am. The floor is yours.
Yeah,
Over
thank
to
you
you,
so
ma'am.
much. Yeah, thank you. To all the participants here and viewers. So, what I would like to say is that how much have you focused on your growth? What do I mean in my growth is that maybe most of the time, like we already said, that we are so busy either spending time in our corporate life, if I'm working, or if I'm a homemaker, whichever role that I play. Most of us are so busy doing only that, and plus we end up also as a cook at home, teaching our students, taking care of all their hobbies. So whether it is a housewife or whether it is a working woman, I think that it is same for both of us. So what happens when you become old and you suddenly when your children start growing up, that's when the menopause also starts. So unless and until you have developed a hobby for yourself or something to actually do for yourself other than that just going to office, working, earning, or maybe a housewife, have we developed ourselves in such a way that when we reach a stage of senior citizen, or a stage where our children have grown up, do we have that self-worth with us? Are we able to, love ourselves or respect ourselves? Mainly because I may not even be able to appreciate myself, because whole my life I would have, devoted towards taking care of the family, the children's need everywhere, and also probably doing very well in the corporate sector. But then there is a time come, in a life, you get back to a time where all these are going to become standstill. And then you are suddenly wondering, what do I do now? Because I've had a hectic corporate life, or I have been busy with my kids. Their needs become my needs. Their wants become my wants. So what about me? Where am I in all these things? And then there is a sudden loss of identity, or self-worth. And that's where probably I think, like that's another life. Actually, one life ends, I think, and this is a new life. And unless you are prepared for this new life, a lot of us are going to face lot of issues. So it's not only about earning, or about having a great career, or being only a homemaker. I think when we say balanced life, is something that when I retire, when I'm at a stage where my children no more need, am I able to engage myself in something, or am I still waiting for my children? And then that becomes this whole drama of blaming the children, and blaming the others, because it's our own thing that we did it. Somewhere it was, nobody told us to do it, but that's what we thought, and my role is this only, to take care of my children, to take care of, even I'm going to office also, I'm working there so much, but not bother to develop any kind of other activity. And suddenly, from a very hectic lifestyle, I go into a lifestyle where I may probably end up, and for women especially, there is something called menopause, and all those things, the hormonal issues, the health issues, everything starts. So unless I have developed myself in such a way that when I retire, it's not that I start finding something new. Some people may be even able to do that, but not all of us are able to do, because then they are at loss to know, and they won't have developed friends, they won't have any probably social life, and then they are at a loss what to do with life. And sudden loss of respect and identity, everything. There's a huge crisis happening, and especially if you're not educated, then it's all the more a issue that probably you feel that you don't have confidence, you have low self-esteem, you don't know where to start and what to go and start. And if you are working or a homemaker, and it all depends whether you are still financially independent. Working doesn't mean that I'm financially independent. Do I have a bank account of my own? Have I created a special savings for myself? Otherwise, I'm going to be depending on my husband or my children, and it all depends on what kind of equation we have. And that we become totally dependent on ourselves. And I think that is another life which starts there, and probably that may be a miserable life if we have not taken care of our financial need. It's not only during the working. I may be earning, bringing, and giving the money off. If I do not have a special bank account in my name, if I don't have my savings, then what do I do? And if the situations are not working in my favor, then I'm not financially independent. I may not have a house in my name, and I'm at again back to square one everywhere, where the life, I think, the one big circle starts again. So it's very, very important, I think, when we talk about all this, because probably we are very busy in our life as a children, as a school going child. I'm into studies. As a college going child, I'm there, and I'm into probably some activities, everything. And then when I move to a corporate sector, I think probably it puts an end to all of your wishes and hobbies. Most of us, we are not able to do anything. So how do you develop yourself? And that time, I think the mental health plays a lot, because most of us are not into meditation. Most of us, we don't know what is under our control and what is out of my control. And we are trying to juggle with what is not under my control. I'm trying to grab that. What is within my control is my emotion, my feeling, my habit, behavior, where all I can make changes, but I'm just not aware that I have to do all those things. And I'm looking for change in others rather than bringing that change in me. Even at that particular point, if we start focusing on ourselves, going within us, and to find out what is my real need, and how do I spend myself and bring back my self-worth, I think that would be a defining moment, because the life doesn't end there. I think today the retired life also, or the post as a senior citizen, because of all the health facilities which is available, my life expectancy has gone up, and if I don't lead a quality life at that time, it's going to be really horrible life, and I think and they'll be enduring life and not enjoying life. So I think the development, it should continue there. I must be prepared with what I am going to be doing, because again, otherwise, like it's like I'm starting all over again. Where do I do? What do I do? I don't know. I'm just confused completely. So it's not only about our job, what I have developed as a hobby, or it could be spirituality, it could be music, it could anything, where I can do something for myself. That's very important. And to be financially independent at that stage also, I think, is very, very important. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for that wonderful speech, ma'am. Very thoughtful and meaningful points that you have given. We have to definitely reflect on those beautiful points that you had mentioned during your speech. And we would like to move to the next speaker for the day, Mrs. Sunanda Ravi, ma'am, who is the founder and director of Manasa Shubhakara. And she's a president for the Deccan Positive Mental Health Practitioners Association. She's also a professional coordinator in the Yellow Pond Counseling Center. With that short introduction, I would like to hand over the session to you. The floor is yours, ma'am.
Thank you, Anita, ma'am. Before I can start sharing my views, I can invite our secretary, Dinakara sir. Yes, sir, please share your thoughts. Dinakara sir?
Maybe he might have gone out. You continue, Sunanda, and meanwhile he'll join us.
Yeah. Rightly mentioned, Shamla ma'am, financial independence is more important each and every woman, not only in adulthood, even elderly people also. She rightly mentioned. Then,
Okay.
yes, sir. Please go ahead.
Originally, I hope you are in a position to listen to me.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Is my voice clear?
Yes, audible.
Go ahead, Sunanda.
Yeah, you're the right person, sir, for financial matter. You can share.
I think you continue, Sunanda, you continue, and sir will give his tips.
Yes, sir. Please go ahead. Yes, sir. Yes.
He's on the board.
Okay. Now, friends, very wonderful talks given by every one of you. Huh? No, nothing. You won't allow me before starting. Yes. Financial matter means what? I think people want to hear from you. Better let them listen to you first.
Sir, I think you joined in 2 devices, sir. Dinakara, sir? Yeah, friends. Thank you for giving this opportunity. Yeah, as rightly mentioned, financial independence is more important in all stages for women than emotional, physical well-being, social well-being. Each and every component is important for mental health. Then focus on positivity. Whatever happening to us from while we are getting up till going to bed, focus on positivity. Whatever happening to us, it happen negative or positive, but we have to focus on positivity. Then work-life balance. I think Garimala shared, right? A work-life balance, how we are struggling and how we are jumping from workplace to our home and how we are losing our energy, she rightly mentioned. Then I think nutrition expert is Sri Priya Shaji, right? She also mentioned how we are losing our physical body as well as how it affects our mental health. She beautifully mentioned. Then Sudha, she shared her views through storytelling. It was wonderful. I enjoyed. I think Sharada, right? character name. Yeah, you mentioned beautifully how we are losing our self-worth, self-identity, right? After marriage, we lose everything. Even working women also, they don't focus for them, right? They will go to job, they will focus workplace, whatever they are giving, that they will focus. After going back, they will take care their partner, their kids, but they won't take care for themselves. For that, we can write, I think Jyoti ma'am mentioned self-care, right? For that, we can do what are my strength that I have to focus, right? We can make a note, we can focus on our strength only. Usually we think about our negativity, whatever happens to me throughout the day, we can focus or we can stick on that. So we can make a list and where I have to, what is in my control or what are not my control or out of control, that also we can make a list. We can avoid that negativity. Then we can write our self letters now and then, right? Self-love letter. Through that, we can empower ourselves. We can inspire other people. Through these talks, we can inspire. Yeah, Zen ma'am, you want to share anything?
I would like to say one last thing is that all this talk of empowerment will not happen until and unless we as women believe that we are capable of doing it.
Exactly.
You know, we are our own enemies to some extent, and we put our brakes and we begin to hold back. So till the time we don't believe that we are capable and we are self-sufficient, nothing will move on. You know, that firm belief is very, very essential. We have to be doing what we feel like doing. We have to express. Very rarely do we express, and very rarely do we feel that we are worthwhile. So we have to keep on believing in ourselves, in our abilities, and move on.
Yeah. Thank you, ma'am. Yes, Sudha.
Yeah, I totally agree because I mean, I can share my personal experience actually. I used to, till 40s, it took 40 years of my life. I mean, after marriage, around 15 years maybe, to take my own step. I mean, to take a decision for my life, for my wishes. I started the second innings. I worked only for 3 years before. When my elder one was 3 years old, then I used to work for 3 years, and after that I stopped working because of course, family is also important. My mother-in-law was not well, so I had to take care of her. So all these things, but after certain 38 or so, I started feeling like that. What am I doing? I went for my school annual day function. As in the story, I was the school first in my school. One of my classmates asked me, "What are you doing? You were the class first, no? What are you doing?" I did my master's in English, B.Ed, BSc, B.Ed also by then, but nothing I'm doing. By then, I finished my master's in psychology as also. I did 2 PGs, but nothing I'm doing. So it triggered me somewhere. So I have to take my stand, I thought, and started doing simple activities, only simple thing. I started calling children to my place and I started taking classes. And after coming, then we were in Pune, and after shifting back to Hyderabad, no stop. I mean, I started seriously with Kalyani's support. I got to know about a remedial teaching course. I joined immediately. I declared my husband that I'm doing these courses to keep me engaged. So you have to pay money. That's it. No other go for you. So it's moving on like that. I mean, we need to take our stand. Nobody will tell us. There is nothing. I mean, as Zenobia ma'am said, I never thought of myself till then. Once I started identifying myself and taking my stand on my own, my children also started giving me respect. So it made a lot of difference in my life. So I thought it is an important point.
Yeah. Thank you, Sudha. Yeah, Jyoti ma'am.
Thank you, Sudha ma'am. Jyoti ma'am.
Yeah. Actually, I just wanted to, whatever Jen ma'am said, it's true. Thing is that self-love. I think people take it as a wrong way, but I think if you don't love yourself, If you don't like yourself, people don't love you and don't like you. Okay? If you don't make yourself as a priority, people don't make you as a priority. This, I think, very late if we realize also, at least the moment you realize it, I think we should start working on it. Okay. And nobody will come and say that you are excellent, you are going to do it. But this once in a while, it so happen, but nobody will come and constantly motivate you. You are the best motivator for yourself. And age is not a constraint, which I normally people think that at this age, no, age is not a constraint. At any age, you can start doing your thing. So believe yourself, love yourself. Self love is always welcome. You need to really and you believe what you're doing, and you love what you're doing. The moment you love what you're doing, I think there is no stop. I think now nobody can stop you, and nobody will really say that you're doing something wrong. My wish, I like this, I'm doing it. This is the only sentence I think we have to tell each and every one. And each woman, if she start thinking, whatever is age, and rest of the life, they'll be a little peaceful, not grumbling, not all this depression, panic attacks, anxieties. I think we can put a full stop to all these things. Love yourself. That is the one thing which I think we have to drive that point to each and every woman. I think, first of all, in this group, each one of you love yourself. That's it.
Wonderful.
Thank
ma'am.
you.
Thank you, Jyoti ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jyoti ma'am. Dinakaran sir.
Actually, originally I told Sunanda I also wanted to participate. And I said my topic is woman with 10 hands. She simply laughed and she didn't allow me. But finally now, at the end of the session, she said, would you like to join? I joined. When I said woman with 10 hands means you are great in doing multiple tasks. I mean, you think of anything, you can do anything, everything. Man cannot do anything. Man is basically a savage. His mother, mother, when he was young, tried to polish him. After marriage, wife tries to polish him. Even after so much polishing, man remains selfish and savage. I'm a man, therefore I'm talking. But I have taken a different path in the sense, whatever the properties acquired, I've all put in my wife's name, my wife and my daughter. And finally, at the age of, now I'm 78, I realized I'm not having a single house in my name. Three houses, all are in my wife and my elder daughter, my wife and my younger daughter. And sometimes my wife says, if some argument is there, leave my house, she says. Luckily, I'm having pension, therefore I can survive. Finally, I've decided to have my own small house in Yapra, somewhere near Hyderabad. What I'm saying is, who is saying that woman is being taken care? You're talking about the Purana times, old days. Every woman, nowadays, women have broken all these ceilings. You see the top positions. You see any field, they are in the top, including in the army. They are becoming commandos. You see these, you 6 or 7 or 8 people here. Everybody is an expert in his or her own field. Take Sunanda. Sunanda is so, at least 8 fields she is special. She takes session in Australia. I don't know how many. Recently she went for HD TV interview. So many things you are doing. I went and saw Genovi's house, Genovi's beautiful garden. What a wonderful she is maintaining. I met all of you. What I am saying is, the old concept, woman is not doing well, not taking care of herself, may be applicable to some low middle class people, but not educated people. There are some men who are trying to control. It's a different issue. But most of the women nowadays, they are taking care of them. They are coming up. They are flowering. They are running so many enterprises. So many new ventures they have taken. So many startups they have taken. Therefore, don't go on saying, woman, you have to take care of yourself. Now I say, woman, please take care of your men also. Take care of your children. Take care of your in-laws also. Do not neglect them. Taking care of self-care and only yourself. Only that much I can tell you, because I know how to take care of my wife. I'm taking care, as I told you. And I'm proud to say my wife is Pramila. I'm a father of 2 daughters and grandfather of 3 granddaughters. No sons, nobody. Sons-in-law, I treat them as sons. Therefore, top prizes to all of you. Wonderful sessions. I mean, I have heard every one of you. And the new Risha and Jairam, I first time I'm listening to them, and I'm really surprised. Fantastic about Sudha's story, she said. Sudha Ramani herself is a Sarada. You understood? She is Sarada of the story. Therefore, I'm very proud. Every one of you spoke very beautifully, wonderful. Thanks to Ananda for allowing me to get into this panel. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Shri Priya ma'am.
Actually, I was about to say the same thing, like what sir felt. Like these days, I'm also coming across people who come and say that I am succeeding. I want to show off. They just forget we are not competing with men. Today being Mahashivratri, I can only say that Shiva was adorned by Parvati and Shakti was, they're not two different individuals. Embrace your male self and your male partner. Embrace your feminine self and your feminine partner. Unless we think alike, then definitely we cannot. Even a mother and child can never compromise on anything. Definitely, we human beings have difference of opinions, but try to accept the flaws and embrace equity and start feeling that we are no less or no high among our own human races or even with any other co-species. We are all just allowed to live for certain years in this world. God has only destined to live for certain years. Once it is over, we are just going off. So be kind, not only to yourself and to the people around you, and be compassionate with everyone. And yes, definitely we have to embrace your male partner. And there is as we are talking so many about empowerment, there are so many changes come. We are even this Nari Shakti were well applauded because of this Chandrayaan. So it is everywhere women are succeeding. But while succeeding, don't forget the basics. As I said, the food basics too, any basics, the base of Indian culture, the base and ethics and values of Indian culture, that makes our more empowered women is what I want to add on.
Thank you. Thank you,
Yeah,
Sri.
thank you, Shri. Thank you, Shri Priya ma'am, for sharing that wonderful message. Shamla ma'am, you raised your hand. Please go ahead, ma'am. Shamla ma'am.
So what I wanted to say is that we were all talking about self-care. Those Dinakar sir and Srisha ma'am also brought in that same thing in a different way. It should not end up being selfish. When we talk about self-love and self-care, is that also taking into consideration our family members also. So it's not about me only, though I take care of myself, but then let us not become selfish. And also, you know, there is a very thin line of difference between, I think, self-care and the change within or the change. If we are looking at a peaceful environment anywhere, I think the first, when we focus within ourselves and try to bring the change within us, when we transform, I think the others will transform. So the change has to happen within us. When we think about change within us, I think automatically you take responsibility, you stop the blame game, you learn so many things there. So I think that it's a beautiful concept of that, look within and bring the change within yourself. Nobody is going to change. Never expect others to change. And I think sometimes it may take a little bit more time, and we need to have probably more patience. And I think as women, we are more resilient, more emotional, and we do have that quality. I think God has, like what sir was saying, God has given us some good quality of, in the sense, it's not that men are not allowed mostly to express their emotions. That is how the society is built up. But automatically we are more emotional and we are more resilient. So I think a right mix of our emotions and being practical also, both together will ensure that there is a peace. Definitely peace will happen. And I think today, being everybody's talking about Shakti and Shiva, the Shivratri, the main thing is that the planetary forces are so powerful, and that's why they say that do not sleep in the night, be awake the whole night, because where is the automatic Kundalini awakening also happens, and do bhajan and all those things. And so let us become more powerful. This is one way of empowering ourselves on the day of Shivratri, since both is coming together. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much, Shamla ma'am. Dinakaran sir, you've raised your hand. Please go ahead, sir.
No, I am not. It means like thumbs up for what She's a Shamla.
Okay.
Thank you.
So if we can move on to the next speaker, and that is me, Mrs. Anita Ramchandran, Ministry of Education, UAE approved school teacher and a counselor with outstanding classroom management skills and a genuine passion for helping children of all abilities to reach their full potential. An effective classroom practitioner with the required behavioral management skills and personal commitment needed to ensure that all students succeed and fulfill their academic potential. And she possesses vast experience of working in diverse academic settings and developing lesson plans for a wide range of students. With that introduction, I would like to actually thank the organizers for giving me an opportunity to speak on a beautiful occasion of International Women's Day, and would like to reflect on a few points that I have prepared. There are 20 effective ways which can enhance the psychological well-being in women. Prioritize your self-care. It should also be for the family, definitely. Make certain activities that bring you a lot of joy and relaxation. Engage in certain hobbies and practice mindfulness, and take care of your physical health and your family members too. Motivate them to exercise. That is also very important. Nurture certain relationships and cultivate a healthy and supportive relationship with family members and friends. Surround yourself with positive people is what I could think of. Practicing gratitude for the good things that we have. Thank God for all the good things. Thank your family members if they have tried to help you when you had a difficult time. There must be a time when they will also realize that you are very grateful to them. Develop healthy coping mechanisms. Journaling definitely helps. Deep breathing exercises or seeking any kind of professional help. Set realistic goals. When you have small goals, when you have a big goal, and when you have a small goal, have small goals to achieve something, and celebrate when you take small steps. Appreciate your own self. Engage in regular physical activity. Encourage the other family members also to do that. Get sufficient sleep. Establish a bedtime routine and create a very, very peaceful sleep environment. Practice mindfulness. Be in the present moment and meditation. Engage in mindful exercises and meditation, which will definitely help us to reduce our stress, and would also help us to focus better and cultivate a sense of calmness. Seek support when needed. Don't hesitate to reach out to mental health professionals and seek support, which also indicates a sign of strength in us. Maintain a very, very healthy diet, fruits, vegetables, and Sri Priya ma'am has brought out the importance of that very beautifully during her speech. And have more of proteins. Limit your social media use. Take breaks in between. Set boundaries for yourself. Engage in relaxation techniques. For example, deep breathing exercises. Even if you're preoccupied with other things, try to focus and bring your concentration and attention to some of the important exercises. Practice self-compassion. Be kind to others and be very kind to yourself. Show a lot of compassion. Engage in creative activities. Enjoy and do certain activities which you like, and maybe painting, writing, or playing an instrument, and which has a very good therapeutic effect. Engage in meaningful work. Find work or activities that bring a lot of value and peace to your mind. Practice assertiveness and learn to express your needs and your boundaries in a respectful manner, which will also improve your relationships. Practice time management. Prioritize your tasks. Connect with nature. Spend time in a lot of outdoor activities. Connect with nature. It could be a walking or park or gardening, which will definitely have a positive impact on your well-being. Engage in positive self-talk. Challenge your negative self-talk and replace them with positive self-talk and good affirmations. And focus on your strengths and achievements. Seek professional help if you're experiencing something and there's some distress which is bothering you in your daily life and you're struggling with it. Do not hesitate to take the help of a mental health professional, which will actually, they will be in a position to provide a lot of guidance and support. And it will be also tailored to your specific needs. And thank you so much once again for giving me an opportunity. And thank you very much.
Friends, have we observed that Anita, how she started? People are talking, you girls are talking about woman empowerment. She introduced herself in such a way. First time I am seeing somebody introducing himself in such a beautiful way. So many years I have seen nobody has done this thing. What more is required for woman empowerment? She says, I am a great speaker, I'm a great worker, I'm a great committed person. That is the level of confidence. That is the level of woman empowerment. What more we require? Actually, please empower your men also.
Wonderful observation, sir. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, friends, those who joined today, as well as those who are watching YouTube live. Yeah, today's message is we celebrate the strength and resilience of women around the world. May we continue to uplift, empower, and support each other. We can do wonders. Women are incredible in group together. That is my view. Yeah, I think each and everyone, they can share their views. Few seconds I will give. We can end up today's session.
Yeah, I can say that what the last line is wonderful. As ma'am said, Janave ma'am, don't be a enemy to another woman.
Yes.
Go with the group. Include whomever you have in your life. How much
I
ever
will
you
go.
can.
I'll go further there women should enable another woman. So I think that goes to what I spoke, when we are focusing on ourselves, probably then we realize that our daughter-in-laws are also, they have their own life and we need to give them that independence. And we can relax and probably enjoy our memories of how we went through and appreciate them rather than feeling as taking the daughter-in-law, seeing the daughter-in-law, or even sometimes it happens with the daughters also. Probably they may feel them as a competitor or something. When we have developed ourselves in such a way that we are engaged ourselves in that senior age also, then I think probably the empowerment is continuous. And I think then there will be a stability where we allow because the stability doesn't happen because there is a tiff between mother-in-law and daughter-in-law. So the cycle goes on of, the emotional issues, I think. So where the woman is also now taught that, you do something for yourself, keep yourself engaged, let them be there, and each of them should support. In the same way, the empowerment also means that the youngsters should also take care of the elder women and elder generation, and so that there is a fine balance, I think. So both of them, the other party, the youngsters, respecting them and pitching in whenever they require. At the same time, the senior citizens also, pitching in whenever the youngsters request. So then it becomes a peaceful environment, I think. So that becomes a real empowerment, according to me. Thank you.
It should be generational, passing.
Yeah, generational. Yeah, passing on.
Yeah. Thank you, Shamdava. Yeah, Kalyani, please.
Yeah, I think as ma'am said, it also we should live and let live, be compassionate. And, I think when we are kind to others, it surely makes us feel better than when we, nobody hurts intentionally. But I think kindness always brings you more happiness, maybe than to the other person. So I think, and as women, as I said, we all sail through the same, boat. And so we need to be empathetic, compassionate, and understanding with each other. That's all I would like to finally conclude with.
Yeah. Thank you, Kalyani. Dinakara, sir?
Beautifully, Kalyani said, live and let live. I hope you are referring to woman and her husband. Am I correct, Kalyani?
I have to apply there also.
Only one advice, one suggestion I will make you. All of you are, I think, above 40. Am I correct? Please go and ask your father. Father may be around 60 or 70, whatever. Dad, what do you want this weekend? Or what do you want next week? Ask him. He may say, I want to go and see a movie. I want to go for a walk along with you holding my hand. Please do that. Same thing you do with mother. Same thing you do with your mother-in-law. Same thing you do with your father-in-law. What I'm saying is most of the time we are caught up in our own struggles and own mental, emotional issues. Forgetting there is a father, there is a mother, there is a father-in-law and mother-in-law. Of course, Kalyani is having excellent relationship with mother-in-law. I have seen there. There is a different issue. Exception is not the rule. Please do that. Talk to your dad, talk to your mother, talk to your father-in-law, talk to your mother-in-law. Tell them what, and ask them what they want to do this month or this week. Simple. I know one case where dad said to the daughter, hold my hand, we will go to Sanjeev Park, take one round. He used to take 5-6 rounds, but now he is almost 78, 80. He said, at least one round I should take with you. I mean, like that you ask them. But I'm very sure most of you have not asked your dad during the last 6 months, if he's still alive, dad, what you want me to do for you? Mother, what you want me to do for you? Please go and ask them. Because my daughter asked me, because I'm still a bit active. My elder daughter is 51, younger daughter is 46. One is in Atlanta, one is in Goa. Whenever they come, Dad, what shall I do? Please do that thing to your dad, your father-in-law, mother-in-law, and mother and father. Thank you. No more, nothing more to add.
Thank you, sir.
Sure. Can I add something? I think when I started with self-care, okay, here when I say woman, when I talk about I, me, myself, okay, in that I remains the same, but myself, when it comes to myself, me and myself, the whole family comes into myself. I think if you notice this, because the self-care doesn't mean that it's only, as sir mentioning, take care of your men. But I think when it's talking about self-care, no, it is actually not only the women will take care of I, me, myself. They don't take that literal meaning of I, me, myself. In that myself, they involve everybody, it's children, everybody. So this concept, which I, me, myself concept, I think applicable to women in a different manner. For them, if family is happy, they're happy. If a husband is happy, they're happy. If the children are happy, they're happy. So everything revolves around their world. I think it's a small world they create. So I make it actually I, myself, I, me, myself. It's a I, my family, my world. That's it. So if you make it that way, I think life is really going to be a beautiful one.
But as Ponnada said, Sudharamani said, you should not be Sarada.
Yeah. I'm not Sarada. I know my name. I think people keep reminding me my name. Okay.
Jyoti Raja, we know.
Yeah, I know, sir.
Yeah.
So,
Thank you,
nice.
Jyoti.
Sir, one thing I want to add, in the women who were born in 70s and 80s, still Saradas are there.
There, no doubt about it.
It's related to me. I was able to relate to the story because I felt one time of my life like that. So it's very special for me.
Very powerful story.
Yes. May I say something?
Please, please.
I think the figure of 8 is a figure of infinity when it is turned 90 degrees. And let us all celebrate this infinity, this resilience of women, which nurtures and sustains life throughout. Let us break stereotypes. Let us be bold enough. Let us take charge. And let us show ourselves, not hold ourselves. Be visible, be bold enough to move on in life. Feel free to stand at a nukkad and drink tea alone. Feel free to sit in the garden alone without being conscious of the fact that we are women. Don't hold yourself, don't bind yourself.
Please.
Believe me, there are 3 movies which I've gone alone and seen, all alone.
Please, my dear girls, when you go alone, please be careful because the world is changing a lot. 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock, go in like a man, sit in the park and try to take a cup of tea or a nukkad. Don't do those things. I'm not restricting your freedom. You guys, you guys are saying girls.
As long as
be careful.
I tend to disagree with you. As long as we women wait to be protected, we will continue to be suppressed. As long as we take charge, we will take charge.
Genevieve, that is why I tell every young girl, please learn martial arts. I'm a brown belt martial arts. Though I'm a man, even at these are 78, 79, when I walk on the roads in the night, I'm not afraid because at least I can give a kick or a blow. I may get killed is a different issue. How many of you girls How many of you know how to do stick fighting? How many of you know how to do
So that's
martial
what
arts?
I'm saying. We need to learn that.
But
We need to learn and get out of that stereotype that we need to be protected.
Please. But point is, why you are afraid to get protected? What is wrong in getting protected by your loving man, loving brother, loving father? You know, this type of so-called adverse thinking is happening in the woman. No. What is wrong in I'm 79 years. I want to be protected by my daughter. Doesn't matter. My wife wants to be protected by me. I want to be protected by her. The concept that protection means you are weak. No. It is mutual. As you said, Shiva and Shakti. Both. Srisha was talking about. Shiva and Shakti both are equal. There is no question of somebody low, somebody high. But point is nowadays world is different. When please remember Hyderabad जाके एक नुक्कड़ में खड़े होके चारमीनार में खड़े होके चाय पियो. 10 o'clock I will go and take a tea there. Can you do that, Genevieve? You may, but you may get into problem.
You
What
should,
I'm saying is,
because the world should be safe for everyone.
No, safe for
where I
everyone.
want to just
I
add a
think
point.
so. That's where when women enable women or woman has to raise her son also telling that that has never happened. That gender issue has never been till now sorted out because men automatically see the easiest way to take revenge is to violate a woman, because
Exactly.
that's possible. Once you have violated, nothing can be done about it. I go through that whole, the turmoil inside. So that's the easiest thing for them to do. So where did that? So it's not only about empowering women or educating women. I think we have to educate men also in this way that please,
Our children.
From the childhood.
protect-
From the
yeah,
childhood.
from the childhood. Because a lot of the mothers give a lot of freedom to sons, but that
Boys.
freedom is not given to. You're always restricting it. So when will we become equal? When will we become safe? So somewhere that also everything is a process only. And it has to gain a momentum. If we don't do it, it will never happen. It may not happen very immediately, but we have to start the movement. So that we are safe. That is very important.
You have already started. You guys have started already the movement. Now
I just
you are
wanted to add.
becoming commandos. You are becoming commandos.
Thank you,
Atlanta,
sir.
Oh God. Do you think anybody can tackle Sunanda? Sunanda will hit him. Kalyani will hit him. All of you will do, but every girl should have that confidence inside. And please don't have a wrong impression to get protected by man means that you are weak. No. If necessary, you will also protect the man. Man is, please remember, woman is more holistic. Woman
But
is
we
more.
want kind men. We want appropriate men who can protect us properly. That's a major thing.
No, that you have to depend upon how you select your husband, one, and how you bring up your son, and how you deal with your father.
When you
How
get
you-
married at that age, you're only looking for Prince Charming, but the Prince Charming doesn't happen. That's the problem. You will get affected by seeing all these movies and all, and you think that's the real life. Real life is different. Real life is different. We have to understand that.
Very true.
Agreed.
ma'am.
Actually,
Yes,
I
but
wanted to
Yeah, please.
mention one thing. Sir was talking about going and sitting in the Charminar and drinking tea. Forget going to the Charminar or any wonderful places in the world. Even today, the technology is so good and we can even do the rocket science. Can a woman sit aram se and take her tea without a guilt trip by morning 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock? Because
Without
she's worried that I am losing some important time of my family. And I am not. This is the one thing we are talking about, the self-care, where sitting there and relaxing and have your health conscious or have yourself. That's self-time or self-care. What Jyoti ma'am is talking about all this time is not just going out and fighting the external matters. It is fighting the internal matters where you have to. And as Shyamala ma'am has rightly mentioned, we have to equip our sons and tell them, see, it is. There was a very wonderful comedy or a meme in Kerala. Like you go and find any rocket science or you do anything, but before going out, make some chaya at home. This has to be stopped, and our men has to be taught that it is all about sharing our responsibility. Kitchen is not women's work area.
Yeah,
It is our
gender free.
Yes, it is our kitchen is our family's health club, not a work area for any
Yeah,
women
work
or the
area.
ruling area for any mother-in-law. It is your family's health club. You involve and take up the responsibility of your good health. And there is no women work like washing, dishwashing, or dress washing, or no laundry, or nothing like that. It is your family. You do it all together. When your women is rising up to financially support you, financially secure the studies, financially secure the children and our future, think that it is our home, our kitchen, and our world. It is not somebody's. And but first we should stop that guilt trip, and we should say, this is my time. Let me sit for some time and read the newspaper. It is not the newspaper. Every man read the newspaper at the morning, and every woman read the newspaper at the night, because news is not in our priority list. So please start reading the newspaper also in the morning also, because you are
don't spoil your mood and happiness by reading paper. Don't touch a newspaper in the morning at all. That's hopelessly bad news. Don't do. Your mental peace. Please do meditation, pranayama in the morning. And don't touch TV news. Don't touch the newspaper. Have a good orange juice, but don't read newspaper in the morning. It will spoil your mood, I'm telling you.
Yeah, a lot of viewers are watching through YouTube live. I thank Srinivasan, then Madhu Kandugovi, Katha Karwan, then Anuradha Bansali, Kalyani Chakravarti, yeah, then Sakat Ram.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Good.
Even
good,
some
good.
of the questions also popping out. We don't have time.
Some other time.
Yeah, I will share personally. Yeah, friends, I think we can conclude this even today. We can meet some more upcoming new sessions. We can plan further. Yeah, Anita, you can go for
EOT.
Yeah.
Conclude.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you so much for giving me an opportunity to propose a vote of thanks on this beautiful occasion. I would like to thank all the honorable speakers who have given wonderful, meaningful messages and shared their lovely experience and stories. And I would like to thank Mr. Dinakar Rao, Kirti Sudha ma'am, Mrs. Kalyani Garimala ma'am, Dr. Sri Priya Shaji ma'am, and Mrs. Shamla Jairam Sharma ma'am, and Mrs. Sunanda ma'am for sharing their wonderful thoughts on this beautiful occasion. And kindly accept our gratitude on behalf of the Deccan Positive Mental Health team, which has Manasa Shubhakara Mindcare Hyderabad in association with the Yellow Pond Counseling Center Hyderabad, India, Forest Creative Arts Studio Punjab, Sri Deepthi Counseling Center Hyderabad, Clover Learning Center Hyderabad, Shrisha Counseling Center Kozhikode, and Mindstyle Hub Kolkata. So thank you once again, everyone, and have a wonderful year ahead, and happy International Women's Day to each one of you. Thank you all once again. Bye.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Anita.
Bye.
Thank you.
Most welcome. Most welcome.
Thank you.
Bye. Most welcome.